Right, let's try Facebook Live number 3. And let's see if this is any better. Refresh my computer, give people a chance to come on, and please tell me if it is any better. Actually, I might listen myself. Oh, it is a bit muffled, isn't it? Okay, well, I think if you can hear me a little bit, then I'll make sure that I speak up, and we'll go with this, and I will get Matthew to sort out my wireless microphone, or I'll have a go at doing my wireless microphone. So I do apologise, but can you hear me enough for me to explain what I'm doing? If you can give me some thumbs up if you think it's worth going ahead. Otherwise I'll have to put it off. I don't sound too bad. Still the same, but doable. Right, okay, I'm going to go ahead then. All right, so I'm going to show you how I created this card, and it's very similar to how I did the butterfly one as well. But I'm actually going to do the dragonfly one. So I'm going to flip the camera, but I've got something to show you first. Actually, I'm going to show you. So I've been talking to Marion, and Marion from Wow told me that there's new embossing powders, and they're called polished silver and polished gold. Now they're metallic, and I thought, sounds lovely. Oh my goodness! I swatched them. It's like a mirror. It is so beautiful. This is a silver. Imagine the die cuts, the words die cut. Oh my God, honestly, and the gold on the black, it is just incredible. It is like a mirror though. It is absolutely beautiful. So I've already messaged her and told her, like, wow, and please, 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 can we have it in platinum? I'm going to die cut. In fact, I'll do it now. So I know I've made like swatches of them, but can you imagine like this happy birthday die cut? I'll do it out of the gold. Oh no, if I do it out of silver, I could use it on my card. I'm going to do it out of the silver. Honestly, it is so beautiful. When she said about it, it's like just like metallic. Why would polished silver and polished gold? Oh my goodness! Right, bear with me while I just die cut them a second. So that's what I need for that. I just, when I saw them, it was like, oh my goodness, I have got to show the ladies this morning because they're just so beautiful. Right, bear with me. So let me flip the camera now, hang on. You don't look at my face, you want to look at all the pretties. Let's get it in the right place. Right, okay, so I'll have to swatch it again, but oh my goodness. Just watching it happen. When I did it on the black, it was really weird. It was like it fizzed up as well. It was just amazing. So, let me take the middle bits out. Where's my paper tool? Okay, so let's just pop the bits out that I don't need. And this dye is back in stock as well. So, this was an old dye, and I just love it so much that we restocked it. Oh, look at that. I mean, it's just, it is like it's metal. Oh my goodness, that is just so beautiful. So hopefully, I know she did say that everybody's loving them, so I would imagine they will do. more metallics, and it's just it's got to be platinum, hasn't it? I mean, just look how shiny they are. Oh my goodness, they're absolutely beautiful. Oh, I hope you can't hear me at all now. Oh no! Can somebody tell me if you can hear me at all? I don't want to carry on if you can't hear me at all. But just look how beautiful that is. So if someone can hear me, let me put my volume up so I can hear me. It is really bad, isn't it? Okay. Philippa says she can see and hear. All right, okay. I'm getting some yeses now. All right. I am really sorry about the sound. I have no idea why it's doing this, but I will get my mic sorted and see if it's any better. But isn't that beautiful? So, polished silver and polished gold. You need to go treat yourself. Just incredible. So I'm going to use that on the card, I think. I'm going to change it into a birthday card now. Right, let me put my dies away because I don't want to lose them. Because I do love that one. I actually like this one a lot for a man's card as well. It's a really nice sort of chunky birthday, if you like. Right, so let's do the card that we're meant to be doing. So I'm going to be using distressed oxides. So I have pulled out Uncharted Mariner, Mermaid Lagoon and Peacock Feathers. And when I did this card, I actually did it with my watercolours. And I didn't want to... Sorry, I'm reading comments. I'm going to stop. I will read all the comments afterwards and then I can come back and answer you because I can't talk and try and read. It just doesn't work. Yes, I did this with my watercolour paints and I thought it's not really fair to use watercolour paints because you might not have them, but most of you have got distressed oxides or ink pads. As long as they're water-based, you can use any ink pad. It doesn't have to be a distressed oxide, it's just that they are beautiful ink pads. So I've already done one, but I'm going to show you how I did it, but I needed to do one so it was dry, ready for me to be able to stamp on. So I have a piece of A6 watercolour card. I'm going to move the other bits out of the way because I don't want them to get dirty or splattered. I have some pots of water and a paintbrush. You will need a decent sized paintbrush, or if you do it with a water brush, you can do it, but it's just going to take you a little bit longer. And as I've got a nice big brush, I'm going to use that one for mine. So I'm going to do one colour at a time. So I'm going to put my distressed oxide, give it a twist so that you get both the dye and the pigment coming out. And I'm going to put a bit of water with it. The more water you put with it, the paler it is going to be. So if you don't want it too pale, then don't put too much water. But you need to put enough to make it move. And then you're just going to paint in 3 rectangles. So, and I don't measure anything. You can if you want to, if it would upset you that it's not perfectly straight or whatever. But that's all you're going to do is paint down. And I like it not to worry about it being straight. I like to have a little bit of a wobble or whatever, because it looks much more like it's been painted that way. And you can pick up more colour and you can have splodges so that you get some variation in the colour and so it looks a bit more like it's been watercoloured. Then what I did was I took a piece of card and used it as a cover for the rest of my card. I picked up more water and made this more runny, more diluted, and then I sprayed or splattered over the top. And what that's doing, I don't know if it's picking it up or not. Oh, I think it probably is actually. I bring it up. Can you see those water droplets on that ink now? Because obviously it's much more watercoloured, much more watered down. it's acting like it does when you put water just on it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat that to dry that off. And you need to make sure that you heat from the front and from the back as well. But look how pretty that is. So I like to dry all of the front first of all. And I don't mind if I've got little splats showing down the edge, because it is. It's hand painted and it's watercoloured. And if you don't want those splats down the side, then don't do that bit, that's all. But I think that just looks so lovely with those water droplets on it. I prefer it to the original one. Okay, so I'm going to wipe that up, mop that bit up, and then, so I've done uncharted mariner, so next up is Mermaid Lagoon. So this time I'm going to give this a twist again, clean my brush off, pick up some water, so I've made it a bit watery but not too watery, and then I'm going to paint my second area. Again, I'm not bothered about it being wobbly. I think it adds to the fact that it looks more hand painted. That's the sort of effect that you're going, well, I was going for. And so if you're going to have a go at this, then it'd be lovely to see what colours you do it in as well. Like that's what's so lovely. I love when you go off and have a go, and you start using different colours, and it can look so different when you use a different colour. Okay, so this time I'm going to cover my first blue, and as much as I can of the second one. I'm going to bring in some more water, so it's watering that down, and then I'm going to splat on the top again, so you're getting those watery effects. It's just so lovely. And then I can take these away. Oh, it was a bit of rubbish card. I just suddenly thought, is that a bit of rubbish card? And now look, again, you're getting a different look this time, because obviously you can't get the splashes in the same place. So again, it's just going to give you a really lovely different look. And you want to heat that as well. Best to heat it away from the glass mat so the air can circulate. And it dries a lot quicker as well that way. So definitely want to do the back. Okay. Then I can wipe my hands again. Sorry, I thought someone was trying to break in. It's the postman. Oh dear, that was a bit scary. Okay, so now we've got beautiful. I mean, isn't it lovely? Just like it would almost be. You could just, I just want to paint lots of different backgrounds now. What a lovely time I can have. Oh, okay. Somebody's come on and said about the sound not being good. I am so. I hope it's not my phone, because my phone isn't very old, and I know that you can have problems with your mics on the Apple phones. Okay, so I'm getting some clean water, and again, I just want a little bit of water to start with. I might have a bit too much there. We'll see. And I'm going to paint in my last strip. Now, my panels aren't going to be particularly the same size, I've just realised. Well, it's not too bad. But again, it doesn't matter, it's a handmade card. It's not going to be perfect. If I want it perfect, I'll go to the card shop. And I don't want to do that. I want to have the fun of making it. So if you find, oh, it's a little bit wishy-washy, actually I quite liking it. But if you do find it's a bit wishy-washy, you can put some more ink down, just not add as much water and give it a second coat. But I'm quite happy with that. So now I'm going to bring in some more water and I'm going to cover up the other two sections and I'm going to splat again. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. It's like when you do silk painting and you put rock salt on it. It's just beautiful. So again, I'm going to give this a blast with my heat tool. Oh, I'm glad you're loving it. It does look like the salt technique. How funny that we both said it. Or did you say it a while ago? I don't know. I didn't see your comment, Kim, honestly. But it does look like that salt technique, doesn't it? I used to do it when I used to do silk painting. Right, so let's clear up. Okay, so get rid of all my water and my splats. Get rid of that bit of card. End up with all splats everywhere. Over my hands. Never mind. Oh, it's all over my shelf. Oh no. Got some secret bits up there. All over my mic. So my little heart. Thank you, Maxine. Okay, right. So that is my background then. So I'm ready then to do my next piece. So I'm going to swap backgrounds and I'm going to use the one that I created earlier because it's dry and it's nice and flat. I put it between my plates and my die cutting machine, so it's lovely and heavy, so it's nice and flat and ready to be stamped. So I can do the same with that one and flatten that one out, so that'll be ready as well. So now I'm going to bring in my stamping press and I'm going to bring in Hazel's stamps. Let's get rid of, I am going to keep that beautiful happy birthday, so I don't forget that. So I'm going to use Hazel's Dragonfly. We'll use the Dragonfly, so use a nice big one. And well, let's get my water up there as well, and I've got some room. Okay, so I can put my piece of card in my press. I'm going to have the first one up at the top, and I will have these wings going off slightly, I think. And the other thing that I like to do is I like to bend the tail. So before I actually ink it, I actually just give that tail a little bit of a twist. So it's going to come out, it's not going to be straight, it's going to come out with a curve in it. So I'm going to ink my stamp up, and I'm using VersaFine. So I'm using my VersaFine, my black onyx, and actually if I move these out of the way, on the sentiment, I've got a lot more room, that's better. And then I can bring this in and pop that down onto my card. That looks lovely. Just want to make sure I wipe that off my mat. This is a sticky mat that I've got in here. It's lost a lot of its stick. But it still works. It still works. It still holds things in place. And yeah, I really do like them, I must admit. And let's bring this over here. Get my stamper clean because I want to use it down at the bottom now. I must clean my press. Even Brian mentioned it the other day, how filthy it is. Now, because I'm going to put the happy birthday in, it's going to really determine, we'll put it like that, didn't I? Could even go over the wings a little bit. Yeah, the other one and come down the bottom like that. So pick it up, but then I'm going to curl on my tail before I ink my stamp. And again, ink it up with my Versify. And stamp that down. Now, if I wanted to do the Dragonfly like I've done here, I would have painted another piece of card at the same time. But I'm going to use the Happy Birthday just so I've got something different as well. But I think it's nice to have the variety. So let's clean, that's come up lovely. And I love that you can have them going, the tails going either way as well. So next, like that, we'll add our dictionary definition. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to put my piece of card sort of in the middle so that I can stamp my wording. I think I'm going to have my Happy Birthday here, so I'll have one here, one up there, and one down the bottom, I think, this time. And I'm going to pick the Uncharted Mariner to do this in. So this is going to be the darkest colour that I have. So when you're inking a stamp up with distressed oxide, just be aware that they're not normally flat, the ink pads. I'll clean the stamp and I'll show you what I mean, because it did it perfectly and I've over-inked now. So, got my wording, so I'll clean my stamp off and I'll show you what I mean when I ink it up. And let's bring it down. I don't really want to go over the wings too much, because I want to show you a technique. I'm going to double stem, I'm going to stencil in the wings. I want to show you how I did it. Okay, so when you're inking up, if you just tap like that, and I tapped all the way across, can you see how there's a big gap in the middle of my stamp? Now that needs to be inked up. Sorry, I've just seen the question. Please re-release a the Happy Birthday ones. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will. The thing is, I have to order quite a few, but we've got lots of new people, so we'll see. I won't promise, but we'll see. Okay, so now I can stamp that down. Now I've got ink all in the middle, and I know it's all over the wording. So do be aware of that, that there aren't many of the ink pads that are distressed oxide that are actually flat and actually stamp out like really nicely. Or ink your stamps in one go. So just be aware that the big hole here. So just tap the stamp all over, and it will ink it eventually, but you just need to be aware of that. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you're putting it in your press, because you can stamp it again if you don't get it all. But there's nothing more annoying than if you think, oh, I'll just use it on my block, and then it doesn't all come out. So I'm actually going to do 5. I'm going to do a little bit up here, because that one is a bit too much in line and I didn't spot it when I stamped it. So this is only going to have the end of the stamp. So I don't need to stamp it all, ink it all. As long as I've got it over the edge, I have. That's enough. And then I have one down the bottom there. Oh, and I picked Mermaid Lagoon up. Okay, we'll have Mermaid Lagoon down there as well. I didn't realise I picked up a different coloured ink pad. So we'll do the same with this one. We'll make this one Mermaid Lagoon. And at least they're the same. Okay. So I'm going to stop at 5. Pull my stamp and put that away. Okay, so next up I'm going to show you how I put the spots inside the wings. So for that I need my Dragonfly stencil, which I think is in here. Okay, bear with me, sorry. Oh, I hope I can show you this. I had it the other day. I've been using it. That's ferns. That's words. Background. Ah, I did have it. I am sorry. There we go. So we're going to be using, I'll take my mask off of the Dragonfly and I will put my mask over the butterfly piece so that it doesn't, if I blend, I'm not going to be, but if I was blending, it would make sure I don't go, I wouldn't get the butterfly bit showing. So you're going to put this over the top of your stamping to start with, and then we need our circles, and we need a blue brush, stencil brush, and we're going to place our circles on the top, and then we're going to stencil through, and I'm going to need, I might not do it in peacock feathers because I think that will show. Okay, so when you do this, because you're masking around the edge of the wing with the first stencil, you only get it in the wing. I'll bring it up and show you. You need to be careful because the other ink is wet. So you only get it in the wing. So if we put our wing down first of all, lining that up, then we put our circles on the top. Let's get some small circles, that's better. Get the ink up. Hold it in place, or you can tape it, it doesn't matter, you can take both of them if you're not sure. But now we've got circles in our wings. It's a really clever way of decorating your dragonfly, adding some colour to it, without having to ink colour, well we are inking, but yeah, just over the top of your lovely watercolour background. But it's going to show enough. It just gives a little bit of interest to the wings. And it's really easy. I just think it's really clever because it blows my mind that it's protecting the bit underneath. Okay, and now we've got dots in our wings. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so that's that bit. And then let's take this out of here. I'm going to bring over my card blank, and I have a, is it 18? Yeah, 18 by 24 piece of card, and I'm going to score at 12, which will turn it into a card that will fit a 5 by 7 card blank, envelope. Gosh. So it's not quite a 5 by 7 card, but it fits in a 5 by 7 envelope. So it is actually, absolutely, the ruler's on, oh okay, there is a ruler there. So it is just under 5, it's about 4 3/4 by 7. And so this is the piece that's going to go on. So I'm going to glue that onto my card first of all. And let's get some glue on the back. And again, I would probably put this under my die cutting machine once I put it on my card before I put any embellishments on, because I want it that way. The weight of the die cutting machine on it would keep it lovely and flat. But I don't have that luxury because I want to finish my card and show you. So I'm going to have, as long as the sides and the top are even, then that's fine by me. Obviously the bottom isn't going to be. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over, and I hope I wiped my board, and firm that down so you've got really good connection with your card around the edges. And I can't really rub it on the front because I know that my ink that I've stamped on is still going to be wet, and the stenciling that I've done, and I'm likely to pick up colour and transfer it. So much better to turn it over, and that way we've got really nice, it's really nicely attached to the card. So I'm going to put my beautiful polished silver sentiment on there. Now, you know me, have I put it all away? No. Right, I've got to cut another one and layer it up. That's how I like to do my sentiments. I do like them to be layered. So I've got my sentiments again, and I'm just going to die cut another set. Then I can glue these together, and it's going to make them more dimensional. Right, so let's take these out. And I've actually used watercolour card to cut this out of, just because I've got some scraps of it that are like offcuts. So it's perfect size just to use for things like this. So get rid of all the extra bits. Okay, so now put my card to one side. I can add some glue, and I always put the glue on the base one and then layer them up as I go. Sometimes I'll add like 2 or 3 layers, but with this, with the embossing, just looks so beautiful. I think just one will probably do, but it will give you some dimension. It will lift it off of my card slightly. So just push them together, lining them all up. You don't want any of the white card showing behind. That's it. Then we can put some glue on the back. I do love my glue bottles. I don't know how I would live without these. So I don't really want to go on that Dragonfly, but I don't mind going on the one at the bottom. So we'll keep that one at the top less covered. Okay, so now we'll do the happy. So again, just putting some glue. I should have got my finer tip one out, shouldn't I? I always forget it. I think I get so used to using the yellow one for general gluing that I forget that I've got that finer one for the fiddly sentiments. Okay, so just overlapping, making sure they all line up nicely. Don't want the white card underneath showing. Any glue I get on the top I can just wipe off because it's embossed, so it won't affect it at all. Okay, so now we can put glue on the back. And then we can pop this down there. And then, and this is even more perfect now, I decided I was going to put silver sparkly glitter glosses on. So now I've got the silver sentiment, it's even better. So I'm going to have one at the bottom there, one in the middle, and then one over towards the side of the H. And then I don't know why, but I have to use them in 2s. I could actually put 3s, couldn't I? That's it, actually. Yeah, I'm going to have one up there. So that's fine, so that's perfect. So one on there, and another one up there. Okay, so that was my new card with that beautiful happy birthday on it. Right, let's cover it up. Let's bring the camera down a little bit so you can see it a bit better. But yeah, so two different versions. I actually love the ink pad one where you get, I could have done it with splats with that one as well. It would look nice with splats of silver or gold in the top as well. And then this is the other one that I did using the butterfly. And this time I did 3 panels going across. So still on a A6 card. I think I did cut it down a little bit, but I did 3 panels of the colour. So I'm just going to flip the camera so I can look at you. Bear with me, and I just want to check my comments. So bear with me while I just have a look on the computer. I think it will let me get rid of my message. Come on, go away. Live chat. Go back to live chat. No, it won't go back. Oh, yes, it has. Right, okay. So, yeah, everybody calls it, or lots of people call it Ancient Mariner, actually, or Ancient Marina, I've heard quite a bit as well. Yeah, it was Uncharted Mariner, Mermaid Lagoon, and Peacock Feathers. But thank you, Philippa. It is a lovely colour combination, isn't it? There is always a dip in the middle, yeah? I'll bear it in mind, Kim. I won't promise, but I will bear it in mind. Okay, just quickly flipping through, making sure. Okay, now it's snapped. So I'm going to go before anything else happens. This Facebook Live was doomed. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed it, ladies, and I will see you on here again soon. In fact, I will be back on Thursday next week. We've got Philippa on Tuesday with her Technique Tuesday at 10 o'clock. I hope it is 10. Please, Philippa, if it isn't 10, say, I'm sure it's 10. Let me bring my, see if I can bring Facebook back up. Okay, let's get back up. I'm fairly certain it's 10 o'clock. So we've got Philippa with Technique Tuesday next week. Well, it is 10 a.m. Okay. And then on Thursday, I will be on here at 9 a.m. on Thursday the 23rd with the launch of Peter's hand-painted spring floral collection for you, which is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to share all the DT cards with you and my cards. Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much for joining me, and I do apologise about the sound. I will try and get that sorted. Well, I need to get it sorted for Thursday. So, yes, I will get that sorted. Okay, take care. Have a lovely rest of the day and enjoy your weekend. Bye.